If value for money was a car, it would be the Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max. And I'll explain why, because from its pricing, practicality and features, it becomes really hard for other brands to compete with this SUV. So in this video, we'll try and take a look at what is making Chery's so popular. We're going to take it for a drive and me and Hippo will tell you about its cost of ownership. So without wasting any of your time, allow us to get started. So then, without assuming everyone knows this, you can get this car as either the Chery Tiggo 7 Pro or the Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max, like the iPhones. So the one I have here is the 7 Pro Max. As you're now seeing on your screen, there are a number of 7 Pro Max models for you to choose from. You can go with all-wheel drive or two-wheel drive, and the range starts at 500,000 Rand, which is really impressive for all that you're getting. The model I have here is the 7 Pro Max Executive two-wheel drive, and it comes with a 1.6-liter turbo petrol engine producing 145 kilowatts and 290 Newton meters of torque. With regard to the driving experience, I was really impressed by the engine. It pulls, it goes, you won't struggle with any overtakes. My only issue comes with the steering wheel. The feel of the steering wheel, yeah, there's a bit of a disconnect between what you're feeling from the steering wheel and what the wheels are actually doing. But this is coming from someone who gets to drive a lot of different cars, so for most people, they don't mind it. Some haven't even noticed it at all. Now, in terms of the gearbox, the Chery comes with a 7-speed DCT transmission and the claimed fuel consumption is 7 liters to the 100. With that said, one of those things Chery needs to work on is fuel economy, because during the time I had it, I was averaging around 9.6 liters to the 100. And while we're at this parking, let's move on to the interior of the 7 Pro Max, because inside is where it really shines. You get a 12.3-inch display with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but for your aircon, you have to use those touch-sensitive buttons, and the feedback from them is not that great. Knobs would have been better. You get wireless charging, and the reason I'm using the USB cable is because I couldn't quite get the wireless Apple CarPlay to work. That's your center console and gear stick, and this is your multi-function steering wheel. I love the look of the steering wheel. You also get a 12.3-inch digital instrument display for your speed, and overall this interior looks good. I mean, look at this. For the price, this is a bargain. Anyway, these are your seats. They are heated and they look very sporty. Proper stuff. Now moving on to the back. Your rear passengers get their own air vents, a USB port, and there is plenty of leg and knee room. No one is going to complain about space. You also get a center armrest with a slot for 2 cups and plenty of headroom. Oh, you also have a proper panoramic sunroof. Well done, Chery. Well done. So if you're buying an SUV, then you must care about boot space, and this one has plenty of it. You get 626 liters, but what's even more impressive is that you get a full-size spare wheel. Yeah, that's the stuff, so you don't have to stress if you get stuck on the side of the road. You also have an electric tailgate and, wait for it, blue stuff by the spoiler and Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max. I forgot to read the 290T, but unlike me, Chery never forgets to give you as many features as your heart desires. You get a proper 360-degree view camera. You get adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, forward and rear collision warning, rear cross traffic brake, automatic emergency braking, lane change assist, ambient lighting, and an 8-speaker Sony sound system. I'll post a sound test on my Instagram. You can follow me there because here there is copyright. But coming back to what I was saying, because Chinese brands are not stingy, even though they're not perfect, they stay winning. And they've done an excellent job, because there was once a time where you tell someone you bought a Chery, they'll be like, what do you mean? A Chery? You bought cherries? Where? At Woolies? After some awkward silence, then you'd have to explain, no, it's actually a car, it's from China. But now they know. When you say you bought a Chery, they'll ask you, which one? And you can proudly tell them, a 7 Pro Max, and they'll know exactly which one you're talking about. By the way, if you've been watching and you haven't liked this video, please like. If you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Support local YouTube, guys. It's the right thing to do. We're still on the road to 150,000 subs by December, so please share this video on your WhatsApp status, on Twitter, on Instagram. Let them know there's a Mr. How Much on YouTube. Now, in terms of pricing, this specific model I have here comes in at 559,900 Rand. On finance, you'll pay 9,773 Rand. Over 6 years at 12% interest. A full tank of petrol will cost you 1,074 Rand. And I went on to Hippo, which now has 12 different insurance codes. Hey, my way, what's happening? And using Hippo, I was able to compare different codes, and the one I chose is from King Price, and it came in at around 1,900 Rand, which brings my total cost of ownership to 12,747 Rand. As always, if you'd like to do your own quote for your own vehicle, be sure to visit Hippo. I'll leave a link in the description and pin a comment in the comments below. Now, for some much needed peace of mind, you get a 5-year 60,000 kilometer service plan and a 5-year 150,000 kilometer warranty, and to the first owner you also get a 10-year 1 million kilometer engine warranty. Now, a lot of questions I usually get about these cars are with regards to availability of parts. Seeing as I don't own a Chery, I don't want to lie to you, so if you own any Chery vehicle, please share your ownership experience in the comments below, just to help the next person who's interested in buying the car. Now, in conclusion, as I said at the start of this review, the Tiggo 7 Pro Max is great value for money. For all the practicality, features, and its pricing, it's really hard to beat. And if the Pro Max is out of your budget, you can always go for the Tiggo 7 Pro. You still get the practicality for around 400,000 Rand. For you to understand just how affordable that is, a VW Polo Life Automatic comes in at 431,000 Rand, and that's before options. With that said, of course not everyone wants an SUV, which is why I always say, Chery, give us a hatchback. Can you just imagine a Chery Tiggo 2 Pro Max with a double exhaust pipe, a panoramic sunroof, leather seats? If there's anyone in China listening, please consider it. If you need any ideas on what to do with the car, drop me an email, I will respond. And to everyone who's watching, please let me know what you think of the Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max. With 560,000 Rand, which car are you buying? But from me to you, thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, take care.